grabbed the spare key hidden over the kitchen window. Just then, the dogs next door startle him. He loses his balance and falls over the basement railing. He lands head first on the cement pad 20 feet below. He is dressed in running shorts and the temperature drops to 29 degrees. TJ is dying and no one knows it. TJ's roommate was away for the weekend, so it's Monday morning before coworkers realize something is wrong. TJ is never late for work. By noon, his boss suggests they go to his house. But TJ recently moved and it takes hours to find out where he lives. His coworker battles beltway traffic and finally knocks on his door around 5:45. No answer. An hour later, he goes back and TJ's roommate is home. He hasn't seen TJ either. Concerned for their friend, they check TJ's basement apartment, and that's when they hear moaning. Outside the door is their friend, lying in a pool of dried blood. They immediately call 911. A minute later, Howard County EMS is dispatched from Station 10. At 7:03, Ashley Weber and Kevin Panazari carry their medic bags down the narrow stairs. There is no room to work. The engine crew provides light while the medics do an initial assessment. TJ has an obvious head wound and his legs are twisted under him on the stairs. They suspect a spinal injury and devise a plan to carefully move him inside to get a better look. TJ is hypotensive and his feet are blue. He is priority 1. EMS supervisor Tom Norman calls Maryland State Police Aviation for swift transport to shock trauma. They immobilize TJ on the backboard and skillfully carry him up the stairs to the medic unit. As they administer warm IV fluids and cover him in blankets, TJ starts flailing uncontrollably and clenches his jaw. At 7:32, flight paramedic Mike McCloskey arrives with rescue technician Ariane Yates. To give TJ the best shot at survival, they perform RSI, rapid sequence intubation, to secure his airway. Once they are breathing for TJ, the medic unit heads to the landing zone. But during the short flight to shock trauma, TJ goes into cardiac arrest. They shock him, but get nothing. On the helipad, a nurse climbs on the stretcher and continues chest compressions while we roll TJ into the TRU. TJ Scanlon is in the fight of his life.
TJ's so motivated and trying so hard. I think that's part of the reason that's gotten him to where he is today, that he doesn't give up.
He has a very strong work ethic. He's very reliable, very technical, and very dependable person.
8 o'clock meeting every day. He's always there, always kind of getting in the weeds of things. And just for him not to show up, it was obviously something suspicious.
One of the guys said, "Hey, can you help my friend? He's fallen," and he was around back in the rear of the house.
He was very cold to the touch. He was still unresponsive. It was March, it was night, it was still cold.
There is no doubt in my mind that if dispatch didn't ask for the helicopter when they did, and TJ had been in the back of the ambulance in cardiac arrest, the outcome wouldn't have been the same.
He was cold, we didn't know what was wrong with him, we didn't know what his injuries were, and then he codes in flight and he presents with a million critical thinking things for shock trauma.
With him deteriorating so much upon our landing at shock trauma, it was touch and go for a while, and we weren't really sure if he was going to make it or not.
TJ had some really complex injuries from both the fall and the amount of time that he laid at the bottom of those basement steps. But we know that if anybody was going to save him, it would be shock trauma.
Dr. Scalea got on the phone and said to me, "You need to come immediately." And I said, "You just need to tell me, is my son alive?" And they just repeated it over and over again, "You need to get a flight out and you need to come now."
No loved one ever wants to get that call. Not TJ's mom, nor Doug Wetzel's wife. Casey's in the waiting room as Stat Medevac lands on the helipad. Doug is rushed to the critical care resuscitation unit. All of his organs are failing. We start kidney dialysis and a revolutionary liver dialysis called Mars. Shock Trauma is the only hospital in the Mid-Atlantic with this technology. It helped save Towson football player Gavin Class and several other liver patients.